This segment of small unibody pickups is on a swing, and soon enough we'll see other major players like Toyota, Ram, and Chevrolet joining it. But what about smaller car companies like Subaru, a manufacturer that has a pretty interesting history of making small trucks, and one that is about to revive one of its famous nameplates? Can it keep up with the big players? Some say that the all-new Subaru BRAT is a mistake. Here are 8 reasons why they're wrong. Number 8. Symmetric all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is definitely one of the most important ingredients of a proper pickup, and in the case of Subaru, there's nothing to worry about, because pretty much all models from this company come standard with such a setup. But it's not just about standard all-wheel drive. Subaru is much more than that. If you look at other small pickups, their all-wheel drive systems are front-wheel drive biased, and therefore, although good, they're not that great. Subaru models, on the other hand, are built as all-wheel drive cars from scratch. The engine is in the right place, the half axles are equal length, the mass distribution is perfect. Add to this a bit of modern systems based on electronics, and it becomes clear why this Japanese company is considered to make some of the best all-wheel drive systems in the world. From the perspective of potential BRAT buyers, this means excellent traction and superior grip on slippery roads. Moreover, it also means high off-road potential, which we'll talk about in a few moments. Number 7. Boxer engines. Besides an excellent all-wheel drive system, another essential part of every Subaru model is a boxer engine. The new BRAT won't be any different, so we may expect to see familiar benefits. Of course, boxer engines are far from perfect, and you can often hear people complain about different things, mainly about relatively high fuel consumption and a bit higher cost of maintenance. But on the other hand, there are a couple of important benefits. The first and most important one is the engine's position. These engines are placed deep behind the front axle, and unlike with transversely mounted engines, you get equal half axles, which all have an impact on excellent mass distribution. That's one of the key reasons why Subaru's all-wheel drive system works so well. Another great thing about boxer engines is that in a Subaru, they're placed much lower compared to other cars. They're much closer to the ground, and in practice, this means a lower center of gravity, which translates to less body roll and better handling than most rivals. At the same time, this allows the installation of softer suspension, so it's no surprise that Subaru models are often both more engaging and more comfortable than their respective rivals. Number 6. Off-road potential. Subaru vehicles usually feature pretty high off-road potential, and of course, the first thing that comes to mind is that excellent all-wheel drive system. But that's not the only thing that makes Subarus good off the road. Another reason is high ground clearance. As we've just mentioned, one of the benefits of boxer engines is their low placement, which keeps the center of gravity pretty low. This gives Subaru engineers the luxury to raise their models higher from the ground. So if you compare vehicles in various segments, you'll quickly realize that Subaru models usually feature a little bit higher ground clearance than their classmates, which is essential for every off-roader. And of course, we definitely expect to see the new pickup in the Wilderness trim, which is a dedicated off-road version with further upgrades such as higher ground clearance, off-road suspension, all-terrain tires, skid plates, and more. Number 5. Maneuverability. Aside from the attractive price, one of the main reasons why so many people buy compact pickups is maneuverability. Simply put, it's not easy to own a large pickup in urban areas where you always have to think about things like fitting the parking spot, maneuvering in tight spaces, etc. After all, small pickups can be a great choice for inexperienced drivers who need time in practice to get used to such impressive dimensions. But the problem is that, although compact, models like the Maverick and Santa Cruz are still pretty large vehicles. With over 120 inches wheelbase and around 200 inches in overall length, someone who has never driven a pickup will find these two compact pickups quite big, because that's almost the size of a BMW X7. The Subaru BRAT, on the other hand, will feature smaller dimensions than the competition. It'll be based on Subaru's subcompact crossover, the recently redesigned Crosstrek, so many believe that the wheelbase won't go over 110 inches. With notably smaller dimensions, Subaru's pickup would be a natural choice for non-traditional pickup drivers. It's more maneuverable and easier to drive. Number 4. Safety features. The thing with small unibody pickups is that they tend to take the best of both worlds. The practical body style of a pickup comes with the DNA of a crossover, and that doesn't reflect only in efficiency and driving experience. No, there's also the matter of safety, because even though the Maverick is quite mediocre, the Hyundai Santa Cruz set pretty high standards for the segment when it comes to standard and available safety features. And the Subaru BRAT will gladly follow that trend, because the Japanese company has always been known for paying a lot of attention to safety, and as the BRAT will share most of the parts with the very fresh Crosstrek, it's natural to see pretty similar equipment that includes some quite advanced systems. So we expect the new BRAT to be well equipped even in the most basic variants. Some of the things that come to mind are a rear view camera, forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, pedestrian and cyclist detection, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, evasive steering assist, automatic high beams, adaptive headlights, and more. More expensive versions of the pickup should bring a few more upgrades, including more advanced systems like reverse collision warning, reverse automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, etc. Number 3. Modern and well-built interior. Not so long ago, Subaru was still a typical Japanese car maker, well-built, reliable, capable, and refined, but not particularly inspiring from the inside. It was rather practical than stylish on the inside, with a dull design and mostly wrapped with low-rent materials. Well, those days are gone, and modern Subarus pay attention to this aspect as well. Modern Subarus look pretty attractive from the inside and utilize pretty nice materials, so the new BRAT should go in the same direction. As mentioned, most parts will be shared with the Crosstrek, so the cabin should look pretty similar as well. We presume that the dashboard is going to look the same with the same clean design, which still puts focus on functionality but also looks very attractive. Clean lines and a fine selection of materials are always a good combination, and in this case, they are complemented by a solid number of tech features, including a large 11.6-inch infotainment screen, which will probably be offered as an option. Besides solid build quality and pleasing aesthetics, Subaru's pickup should be also quite spacious and comfortable. Due to the smaller dimensions, it probably won't offer as much leg and shoulder room as the Maverick, but there should still be enough room to accommodate adults in both rows with ease. We say both rows because a crew cab layout is a certain thing. Some sources also speculate about a single cab version, but we're not sure if there would be enough interest for it. Number 2. Flexible cargo area. We already mentioned a few times that the BRAT is likely to feature notably smaller dimensions than the Maverick and Santa Cruz, and with the crew cab in mind, it's easy to conclude that a bit of the cargo bed length will have to be sacrificed. How much of it? It's still hard to say, but we're pretty sure it can't go over 4 feet. For a typical buyer of a small unibody pickup, that probably won't be a deal breaker, but it would still require some kind of an X factor. In this case, that could be the same or similar technical solution we saw 2 decades ago in the model called the Baja. That pickup featured a midgate design with the ability to fold flat inside along with the rear seats. Furthermore, there was also a typical bed extender, so the old pickup had the ability to double the length of its bed. We see no reason why Subaru engineers wouldn't apply the same solutions in the new BRAT. Number 1. Competitive price. Small pickups are bought for many reasons, but primarily their affordable price and low running costs, so nothing less is expected from the BRAT. The mitigating circumstance is that the Crosstrek, on which the new BRAT will be based on, is already a pretty affordable crossover with a starting price of around $26,000. With a pickup body style and a few savings, we're pretty sure that Subaru can form a pretty competitive price, which could easily go under $25,000 without sacrificing any of the aforementioned strengths. And let's not forget that we're talking about the price for a pickup that comes standard with an excellent all-wheel drive system, which is something other manufacturers offer only as an upgrade that can cost a couple of thousand. Thanks for watching and see you next time.